Biden stuff. I've tiptoed around it for long enough now. This is from the Gateway Pundit, but the story's all over the place. This was the last website I checked when I decided to add it to my show notes. And it says, Joe Biden may consider declaring a climate emergency this week by issuing an executive order. Biden is slated to travel to Somerset, Massachusetts on Wednesday to address tackling the climate crisis and seizing the opportunity of a clean energy future to create jobs and lower costs for families. Ooh, you know that's about to cost you a bunch of money when they use that word salad, says the White House announced on Tuesday. He may declare a national climate emergency as soon as this week, White House officials reportedly told the Washington Post. Quotes, the president made clear that if the Senate doesn't act to tackle the climate crisis and strengthen our domestic clean energy industry, he will, a White House official who requested anonymity to describe the deliberations said in a statement late Monday, we are considering all options and no decision has been made. Jared Bernstein, a top White House economic advisor, emphasized to reporters at a news briefing earlier in the day that Biden would aggressively fight to attack climate change. I think realistically there is a lot he can do, and there's a lot we will do, Bernstein said. And guys, here's where it starts to get really scary. He said Biden has plans to issue an emergency declaration, the AP confirms, but will likely make the move following the Massachusetts visit to promote his efforts to combat climate change. According to a report published in February by the Center of Biological Diversity, oh my God, declaring an emergency would authorize the Biden administration to execute. Here's where you need to bend over and grab your ankles. That's what they expect you to do here. Key climate emergency executive actions, including the capacity to limit all fossil fuel imports and exports, suspend offshore drilling leases for 11 million acres of federal waters, and reinstate crude oil export ban that Congress and reinstate a crude oil export ban that Congress voted to repeal in 2015. Says the Center of Biological Diversity, a national nonprofit organization dedicated to the protection of endangered species and wildlife places, is urging Biden to deploy an emergency declaration to maximum effect. I guarantee you that the Center for Biology Diversity is ran by a diversity hire. I guarantee it is a man dressed as a woman, what they love to call a trans. I bet you $100 right now some member of the LGBTQIA plus pedophile BLM alphabet boy mafia runs the Center for Biological Diversity. A historic climate emergency is exactly what we need from Biden to match the scale and urgency of this crisis, warns author of the report, Jean Sue. With the world on fire from California to Croatia, an emergency declaration will show Biden is ready to fight bare knuckle for a viable future. By unlocking crucial climate powers, Biden can put mansions gaslighting behind us and get busy getting us off fossil fuels and building the renewable energy powerhouse we desperately need. Guys, that should scare the hell out of you. That should scare all of us. I don't mean to cause a panic, but I would go and fill up with gas. And I don't mean just your car. I mean every container you got, your Ziploc bags, saran wrap, your swimming pool, whatever you can. Because if this goes through for the next 2 years, we're screwed. I hope you've got dry food. I hope you got a bunch of rice. I hope you're ready. Because I'll tell you who ain't ready. These folks in Jackson, they ain't ready. And they're going to be creeping into the counties to come get your stuff. I talked about civil war yesterday. This is how you create an uprising. Is you put your foot on the neck of everybody. This will not end well for these people. It will not end well for these people. But the people at the bottom of the ladder are going to be coming for any and everybody that's one step above them or has one more iota of stuff, food, than they do. Just be ready. Stay strapped, because it's coming. Mark my words. It's coming. It's going to be like a purge, I do believe. But what do I know? I'm just a guy with a microphone. But I've never felt like this about anything. I was talking with my buddies last night at dinner. I said, I may have bit into the post-2020 election conspiracy stuff a bit much. Not the Q stuff per se, but, planes flying in and out, the apocalypse plane, the doomsday plane flying around January 20th or right before it or right after it, Air Force One disappearing off the map, potentially at NORAD or wherever they ended up. And I was like, it's about to go down. Maybe I just needed a shot of hopium and I was hoping it was about to go down. But I decided to take a step back from all that over the last year and kind of watch how things work out. And everything that we were fighting for on January 6th as a country, I say we, I was here in Jackson, Mississippi. I was not there. But everything that we as Americans were fighting for leading up to and on January 6th to try to keep Biden out of office is exactly happening. Actually, I don't even know that any of us could have predicted it was going to be this bad. But this is what those patriots were fighting for. Those patriots that are being held in gulags in Washington, D.C. for storming the Capitol. And I don't care if they were trying to insurrect. I wish like hell we could have stopped this. Those patriots, one day, it may not be in our lifetime. There may not be an ozone layer left. Miami may be underwater. But one day, there should be schools and statues. There should be statues of those people. There should be schools named after those patriots. Ashley Babbitt should be given the Medal of Honor posthumously, unfortunately. When Donald Trump comes back into office on January 20th, 2025, after he takes his hand off that Bible, he should award Ashley Babbitt the Medal of Freedom or Medal of Honor, whichever one it is, the highest one you can give a civilian, which she was in the military at one point, but I believe she was retired. But hey, well, again, just Clay's opinions here. All right, look, man, we got some text on the Guns and Gear text line. It says, time for the...
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.